everybody cry.
Pegasus. Hello, Pegasus. Tell Rowley, the Douglas starting now. Or let's start a record, print out, tell the Oreo ornament, Anil starting right now. They could print it out, they could take picture, they could take movie, they could turn on the camera. Pegasus, come true, Pegasus. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I bring you the facts. F-A-C-T-S. Not the facts, Rowley, and all our children listening. I come to speak the truth, not the truth. Here every creed and race finds an equal place, not like Foster version. We believe in discipline, tolerance, and production. Our nation's watchwords, not I wept when I reached the promenade like convent girl. Tonight, I'm taking it more easier on the PNM like Penny Beckle say. I'm trying to make the nation a little more better than the PNM. And I will not drink from Pine de Bal like Keith Scotland who don't cross the lighthouse. Our beloved country has fallen apart. Yet PNM apologists attempt to convince you that what you see, what you feel, what you know is but a mirage, utilizing all manner of spurious, illogical, irrational, untruthful, emotional, nonsensical arguments to convince you that you must accept the PNM's new society, where the people, the masses, you work, you sacrifice, you suffer, you pay, for Rowley and his PNM to sing and dance, celebrate and rejoice as they redirect all the nation's resources from you to them, their friends, their family, and their financiers. And you vote and you wring your neck, but you have no money to pay a chiropractor when you're back out in. I read with ironic pain a former army man, a man who in 1970 broke ranks in the army to fight for black and brown people to work in Trinidad and Tobago against the PNM and Dr. Eric Williams. Rafiq Shah, a man who nearly tried to overthrow the government to fight for the rights of citizens. Yet he writes in a column just yesterday that all of us are unpatriotic, you and I, for complaining about the insensitivity, the terrible nature of this country, the lack of investment, the pain that each and every citizen is feeling. Rafiq Shah, how far thou hast fallen. I ask you why, Shah, why? Helen Drayton, a lady who says she was an independent senator, and I read 23 of her contributions between 2010 and 2015, and all of them attacked Kamla Persad-Bissessar in the most vile way. And when the Emailgate liar became prime minister, Helen Drayton, independent Helen Drayton, jumped out on PNM, CNM, she board. Then they bust she throat, she say nothing. They put on NIB, PNM board, they bust she throat, she say nothing. But she come to attack Vice President Bharat Jagdeo of Guyana when he just talked the truth. And she attacked him in the most vile manner to say that he is like a never see come see who just get money. Really, Helen Drayton? And what are you? And then she goes on to say that we are not a failed state. She didn't talk about foreign direct investment, 200,000 jobs lost, 123,000 workers off the NIB rolls, the foreign exchange crunch that forcing business people to pay $8.50 on the black market, the food price inflation, the potholes, the geographical discrimination, the collapse of the energy sector, the collapse of education, criminality running amok in the daylight, nighttime, in every nook and cranny of Trinidad and Tobago. She had talked about that. She said we are not a failed state. But you know what we have? We have plenty ugly billboard. That is PNM education. That is how dotish you have to be to support Keith Rowley. Helen Drayton, shame on you. Then there was this one, the head of the Shagwanas chamber, Richie Sukai, well, me I know who he was. But he started to talk, a kumbaya. When Bharat Jagdeo gives some stated facts, gives information, cogent, unemotive numbers, saying that Trinidad and Tobago, we failed to diversify. Under the PNM, every time the UNC took us along the continuum of diversification, in come PNM and back we go to ground zero. Back whatever under the PNM. No matter what Bastopan they do at $8 a barrel of oil, backward to the Manning. No matter what Kamala do carrying we towards millennium goals and into developed country status, in comes a lion Oreo double stuffed clown, backward with the PNM. That's all Bharat Jagdeo said. But this Richie Sukai, he could not debunk the facts. So he comes and says, well, we need to be kumbaya. We need to hug up and love up. But when Rowley attacked CARICOM, when Rowley attacked Guyana with vaccination, when Rowley attacked Barbados, when Smallpin described Bajans as wanting to use here as a jump-off point to break beach, when Rowley danced the conga line, Richie Sukai and the Chaguanas chamber didn't say anything. Next day I see him in a picture with Rohan, the only honest Indian Sinanan. He get a contract from the PNM. Our country is being bought out, bought and sold. All the business people, the intellectuals are selling their testicles to the PNM for a contract. And that is turning our country into a backward, failed state because we do not have what it takes to fight for what is right. And as I say, no testicles, look at the next name, Botiwari. Botiwari. Botiwari write an article to say that Kamla Prasad Bisesa believes in nothing and she had no plan. But Bo, when you was here, you was the minister of planning, so if we had no plan, it's your fault. Yeah? And Bo, you have joined the PNM manifesto, the PNM manual of pure lies and deceit, Bo. Kamla had no plan. Kamla had more plan than anything. Kamla had manifesto 12 months before election. You, Bo, allowed PNM to come in 9 days before an election, throw through a document and say that count as a plan. Kamla had plan for diversification, the agricultural sector, education, for empowerment, women, culture, sport, roads, Tobago, tourism, sport tourism, culture, a new agro-processing, all across the board. Boy, you lie, boy. That's why it only had 12 people in your Zoom meeting and I sent 10. Just to mako you, they call me the Pegasus. And then we come from one to the next. Vasant Bharat. Well, Vasant, I want to thank you. This might be the last time I mention your name because you're gone, and I say go in peace in this holy week, in this month of Ramadan, in this Navratri, in this holy week as a Christian and a Catholic. I say go in peace, Vasant, go. But you know, Vasant, as you're gone, like you start to talk the truth, but you will realize that the truth, big up Kamla. Vasant come now. When Foster and Clarence and Lanting hit the fan, hey, Vasant. Well, when I was the minister, I gave out 4,000 lots and I gave everybody and I handed out documentation. And if I had remained there, all would have been done. Yes, Vasant, because Kamala was the boss. Kamala was the prime minister. So what you say, Vasant, is that Kamala real good? Kamala was handling all them things. And if the country had leave Kamala, everybody would have get a thing. So I suggest today, you withdraw the thing from court because I beg Kamala to put me as the first witness to deal with you. Ah, my goodness. I'm going to coin some new phrases for you here. Today, Tim brought the fire. Munilal to come. Wade Mark to come. And Rowley, Wade Mark don't need no auto-tune to sing. Yeah? What sort of human being would sing and listen to himself sing out of tune next to the note And then when people use a computer to mama guy, you come and praise yourself as if using that is the computer, you dunce. I suppose you want them to change the color of your suit and say you look good too. I'm going to create some new terminology. And if this terminology has been used somewhere before, I give credit to whoever it was who used it. But I have read long and hard and I have never seen these terms. And if they have never been used before, I want each and every one of you to recognize today, tonight, is the Douglas said first, right? We are going to discuss macro political indicators. What does that mean? Macro political indicators are the major issues that impact the masses of a country. Crime, education, sport, culture, job creation, diversification, health and safety. Those are macro political indicators. And when they are up because the people who are in charge have micro political indicators. So, when Kamla Prasad Bisesa is in charge, you see, education was at the highest level in the history of this country. Why? That's a macro political indicator because of Kamla's micro political indicator, her love for children, her understanding that education is the key out of poverty and the way to bring equity into the society. That's why education under Kamla was way up as a diamond. And now we are in the recesses underwater in a dark pipe, breathing in, sucking in oil and fumes in the education system. The macro political indicators are negative right now. And they are the result of electing leaders with negative micro political indicators. The micro political indicators, which include clear overall traits and characteristics, create trends, patterns of decision and policy making that allow for a degree of predictability in terms of political and socio-economic outcomes. Kamla and the UNC predicted the following macro political outcomes because of the PNM's and Rowley's negative micro political indicators. Kamla predicted complete COVID collapse, chaos, and capitulation because Convent girl is a dunce. He knew nothing. He could not pass an exam to become a doctor. He could not be a pharmacologist. He's a druggist and he's cry every time a breeze blow by him. That would show you that what that was coming. Economic devastation. The Dwen is only shorter in intelligence than height. The Dwen knows nothing about economics or finance. The Dwen is an engineer and a contractor, and everything he build blow down. So your economy blow down because the Dwen is a dance. Crime surge, Small Pin and Ethelbert. Ethelbert now saying that I am not so bad while I am sleeping because I am better than Small Pin. So the comparison of the PNM is who worse. But that's why anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago, everybody feels unsafe. Corruption, contamination, that comes from Keith Christopher Rowley. I can say to you that Patrick Mervyn Augustus Manning was not corrupt, that he did not want to covet money and to control all the funds in a web of corruption. I can say that about Patrick Manning. Keith Christopher Rowley, let me move on, yes? Education calamity, infrastructural decay, desecration of the legislative process by an attorney who took an extra year and a half to pass exams that young people has passed quick. Water wars because the minister man studying who driving in a van and he watching so rather than how much leak flooding out the place. The energy sector blackout, total and complete disrespect of labor. I don't even know the name of the labor minister because labor is being decimated and called dotish. Sport, you have an unwilling minister. Culture, you have a retroactive minister. Kamla's micro-political indicators are, she's a wife of 50 years. All she children on the inside. She don't hold none on the outside. She's a mother and a grandmother. She's a poor girl from humble beginnings. She's a warrior. She beat the greatest politician in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, mano mano, Bastille Bande. Nobody gave her nothing. She didn't ask for nothing. It's not charity. Politics is war, and she beat the warrior. If all you want to lead, you had to beat the warrior where you feel it is. Charity. Education made her rise. Sporting background, playing badminton and hockey and netball. Forgiving, not vindictive. Because some of them, if I was in charge, I would have busted throat a long time. But not Kamala. She forgave all of them. All of them come. She does forgive. Diplomatic, she held a coalition together with some of the worst human beings on God's green earth. Where's Robert Myers? PNM put him in Tier City. He's smoking cigarette. He can't talk. He gets pipped all the time. He in government. He bad talking. Kamla. Now, good. Where you are, draws in a pay. Let me just say, finally, let me tell Rowley something. Rowley, you could spend 40 million. You could spend 80 million. You could spend 800 million. You will not find one iota of evidence of wrongdoing by Anil O.E. Roberts, because Anil O.E. Roberts did not break the law. He did not interfere, influence, intervene, nor misbehave in public office, as you did, Rowley, in the Police Service Commission fiasco. He never moved gravel from by a hospital. He never made mistake in his integrity forms. He did not recuse himself because he's a sheep farmer. He did not sign no corrupt HDC contract. Anil Roberts did not approve no Bridgman's crooked money that reached 200 million. No bid rigging and no ferry by Anil. No conga line with Maduro. No Renaissance. No Las Alturas. No Greenville. No email gate. No fake oil. No Cleaver Heights. So come, Rowley. Look me right there, boy. You So Rowley, do the country a favor. You want to save money? You want to save out money? Tell Ethelbert, open Golden Grove. You walk in and close the gate behind you, so we don't waste no money coming to find you for all them charges that are coming for you. So that's the way we will save money. We must save the country in this spiritual time. Pray for the darkness of Lekoto to be gone and to the rising sun to rise to save this country. Kamla Prasad Bisasa, the UNC, stronger, fighting together. Good night.
For democracy. Now it's time to take a stand, yeah.